If you've seen my Gaia video, you've already heard me say that there's two main schools of thought when it comes to approaching these restricted dungeons. One is to take a really tanky team that can afford to get hit by those 10, 15, 20,000 damage attacks and get through the dungeon slowly. The other is to take a really high damage team that puts all the money on your ability to kill quickly before the enemies can even hit you. When I took on Gaia, I went in with a Yamato Takeru team, so I wanted to contrast that playstyle by leading with Guanyin Ping this time. The most important things in this team composition is the Ice Samurai Ogre and the Echidna. The Samurai Ogre makes it so that you don't have to worry about the high armor on floor 4, and Echidna gives you extra turns to deal damage to compensate for Guanyin Ping's low multiplier. Floor 1 is just a matter of dealing as much damage as possible. Your focus order should be the Red Samurai, the Green Ninja, and then finally the Ogre. If the Ogre uses energy charge, it's also not a bad idea to switch focus to him and start using mass attacks to take down the other two. On floor 2, your focus order should be the blue catfish, the yellow cat, and finally the purple princess. You have to kill the blue guy before his timer runs out because otherwise he'll bind your entire team. Ideally, you should mass attack so that you can take down the purple princess at the same time, but since Guanyin Ping gives you so much health, it's actually not a big deal if you're not able to. Floor 3 is just a row of low ninjas, so all you need is just one mass attack again to get past this one. If you don't have 5 fire orbs on the first turn, it may actually be worthwhile to use an active because when all 5 of them attack you simultaneously, it does add up to a pretty significant amount of damage. On the other hand, they have really low health, so if you combo well enough, it's actually pretty feasible to sweep the entire floor even if you don't mass attack. To get past the 4th floor, just use your Ice Samurai Ogre, which hopefully should be available by this point. Tengu is actually pretty straightforward to beat. All you have to do is attack him until he gets below 40%, use Echidna when he uses Focus My Mind, and then start using all of your actives to try to kill him in the 5 turns that you have. The one thing that you do have to worry about is his Bind attack, which is a skill that he uses on his first turn. He binds 3 random monsters on your team for 3 turns. Now the only case when this becomes a problem is when he binds both of your leaders. Unless you've dumped a lot of plus X into your team, this will most likely leave you with less than 12,000 health, which is the highest damage that Tengu is capable of, above 40%. First of all, there's only a 1 in 5 chance or 20% probability of this happening, but if it does happen, then you're going to want to use Echidna immediately. This will buy you enough time for your leaders to get unbound, but the obvious disadvantage here is that you no longer have those extra turns to finish him off when he falls below 40%. And finally, there is the 1 in 20 or 5% probability of him binding both of your leaders and your echidna. If this happens, you just have to pray that he doesn't use his 12,000 damage attack on his next turn. The other way to work around this is to bring 2 echidnas, which actually isn't a bad idea even if you don't consider all of these things. But like I said before, the key point is to get him below 40%, use echidna, and then go for the kill.